bankrupt, or there's not a good feedback loop for improvement. Yeah. The Postal Service has suffered financial losses dating back to 2007. In 2022, there was a net loss of $950 million. In 2023, $6.5 billion, and they still hired 80,000 people. Last year, $9.5 billion. It's like the more they pay, the more people they hire, and the more money they lose. Under some old law, there had to be a post office every zip code because we were delivering letters on horseback. Oh, the post office is so... Really? It's good? If you trust the post office, if you think it's so star-spangled awesome, put 10 grand in an envelope right now and mail it to yourself. Bet you won't. These are also the people that take care of our mail-in ballots, mind you. And they endorse Democrats while they do that. Like, while the volume of mail has gone down, the post office is still running on like a 1970s at best model. People, don't use this as their main service of communication anymore. How many of you lose your stamps before you use them all? Christina Bobb, former Trump attorney. All right, Christina, look, Musk acknowledges these things. I agree with him, and I think 80% of America does too. However, legally, how do you do it?
Yeah, well, it's a constitutional issue, so I don't think he's going to be able to completely privatize these because it is constitutional. But there's a lot that can be fixed. I mean, for example, you've got FedEx and UPS, which are private companies handling mail. And so there's ways to parse things out. However, I think the greater point that he's making is he can fix it, and he can fix it with incentives that they have in the private sector, and they can be applied to these government type positions. For example, you mentioned the $9.5 billion loss from the Postal Service. Take a look at the contracts they have. How much of that $9.5 billion loss went to Amazon? How much are the U.S. taxpayers paying for Amazon deliveries that aren't even theirs, that are going into the pocket of Amazon shareholders? Right. So I think there's a lot of private type modifications that can be made to these government programs that will hugely benefit them.
Well, that's the other thing, too. I take Amtrak to and from D.C. when I got to go there. And there's like a guy, and nice enough guy or gal, standing behind the thing, like microwaving a hot dog, and that person gets union benefits and 70 grand a year.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think there's a lot of things that they can do to cut back on this. I mean, if you look at what Amtrak lost last year, it was $705 million they lost. So I don't know what private company in the world, let alone the United States, could sustain that type of loss year after year after year, going back, as you mentioned, several years. So I think there's some really basic principles, not just paying employees, but just the way they handle contracts and who they're hiring to do their maintenance, and how much of those maintenance contracts costing, just taking a real good look at what they're actually paying, and are we getting what we're paying for? And I would guess the answer is no.
Yeah, I guess. I don't have to guess. I mean, it's like D, all of the above, none of them.
Right.
All right, so big corporations, though, are seemingly following this federal government's lead. And you've seen this, like Disney laid off a bunch of DEI employees, ABC and their polling group 538, they're shutting down. But BlackRock is ending its DEI. Google, JP Morgan Chase CEO says that you got to get back into the office. However, these all went up on the websites like kind of day one after Trump won. But, I mean, you're a lawyer. To rewrite entire companies' HR policies takes months. So did they, A, know Trump was going to win, B, always have this alternative plan just when the political winds blew that way, or are they just blowing smoke?
I think it's a little bit of B and C. I think they prepared for a Trump win and wanted to accommodate. I think they saw the direction the political winds were blowing. And quite frankly, I give a lot of credit to the American public. They just pushed back and said, no, we don't like it. And finally, these companies are having to say, okay, maybe we should actually cater to the people who are paying our bills and paying for our services. And so I think it's a kind of a forced acquiescence of, okay, we're crying uncle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they planned for it.
Weird concept on the, actually adhering to your customers.
Right.
All right, 30 seconds left. Hunter Biden, this is a lawsuit that he filed, now wants to dismissed because of his financial troubles, and he's suing the former White House aide over this laptop that was actually his.
Yeah, it was all lawfare. It was all designed to cause pain and destruction, which it did for 4 years, however long that's been opened, along with several other cases. And it didn't work, and now they're stuck, so he wants to get rid of it.
Yeah, well, I think they should go all the way, make him pay. Christina Bobb, always a pleasure.